There's my mute button. What is going on, everyone? I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Flory, congratulations again first. And oh my god, there's been a lot of steals. Okay, today might be the first stream we actually run out. So we got Flory immediately taking the steal, followed by Nate, followed by two Florys, the different ones though. Followed by Kyle, then Flory, then Kyle again. So Kyle currently in first place. Welcome in, everybody. Let me get caught up on chat super quick. What is going on, Aaron? I hope you're having a great day. Hello, Flory. Hello, Kyle. Hello, Nate. I hope you're having a great day as well. How is your PC running? I know yesterday you were able to get the stream done. That is great news, but, were you able to get the driver okay? Uh, yeah, how's all that? Let's see. Flory. Goldie, hello! Gonna go have a shower. I'll be in stream soon. No worries. Take your time, dude. Shit in your sink. Wait, what? Goldie, you punk ass. Okay. So, Kyle and Goldie, huh? You, you guys already fighting? Damn. Damn, Kyle steals the first again. Headbats from Dulcie. Hello, Dulcet. How are you today? Thank you so much for the headbats. Let me get over to my game dev stream here because we're pretty much good to get into it. Yeah, I think that's hello to everyone. So, If you guys remember what we did last time, we finished this intro area subway map. So we have a lot to do today. Hydrate, that's a good idea because I keep coughing. Kyle steals the first again, 3 in a row. You do realize you only get 5 of those, right? Alright, that was perfect. Keep going, Kyle. Just I'll let him cook. Hey, shit, you right. It's not on me to stand in the way. You 100% right. But yeah, I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. For anyone who saw my message in the Discord about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, today I want to start actually developing. I want to start programming, coding, C# this stuff. So that's the main thing today. So we're going to be starting off by getting our player controller movable. We want him to be able to walk around, sprint, because this is a horror game, and we'll probably give him the ability to crouch as well. And yeah, we'll also do that all by hand. We're not going to be using any assets. We're going to fully program it ourselves. Steal the first weirdo and took it away. Kyle. How? Well, um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've already had 10 first steals. We are on course to not only achieving the record in my stream today, we are on course for actually finding out, for you guys at least, what the cap is so far. For anyone who doesn't know what the first is, I'll go ahead and explain this briefly because we do have a bunch of new people in chat. Um, so the first game is something we have in my channel where before I was affiliate, everyone would do exclamation point first to joke around, try and steal it, and then a couple of people would do exclamation point steal the first to take it away as kind of a meme. I've taken this and made it a full minigame on this channel. So if you go into the redeems, you will see a steal the first redeem. Whoever has this either at the end of the stream or the last person to redeem it is the first for that stream, and they effectively win the minigame for that stream. There are a limited number of redeems per person per stream, and there are a limited number of redeems that can be redeemed in general for a stream. Now, you guys have already figured out that there is a 5 redeem cap per person. You guys have not figured out how many there are per stream yet. So today might be the day you guys figure that out. And that's really exciting. Flory and Nate steal the first again. All right, let's also get some music going. So I've had some songs stuck in my head, so we're going to start with these two. After that, we'll probably throw our stream playlist here on random and go with that. As always, if anyone has any song requests, feel free to put them in chat. No redeem required. Just put them in, and I will add it over to this playlist. Please make sure that it is TOS friendly. Mostly safe for work. I'm okay with some, cuss words, but no major slurs or anything like that. Make sure it's safe for everyone to be able to sing along, that kind of thing. But yeah, let's go ahead. You guys also might have heard this earlier while I was getting it set up. My bad. I didn't have Spotify muted. Oh, Spotify is now muted though. Okay, now I gotta turn it down. Let's see. That should be about, oh god. That should be about a good level though. Let me know if you guys have a quiet on your end or what's happening there. Dang, Flory, again, stealing the first, but this time with the other account. Alright, so here is our dude. Let's bring him over here. So this is our player. we probably won't even like change the model either. We'll probably keep it the pill shape because this is a first person game. So realistically, you're never going to see the player model. We'll probably just allude to what they look like. All right, so we got capsule collider, mesh. We're gonna need a rigid body. This applies your gravity. Yep, perfect. It's basically your physics. That's what our rigid body here does. And we're going to need a new folder. Also, how is everyone today? I forgot to ask this earlier. Is everyone having a good Sunday? I know the weekend's almost over, which is a little sad. Dulcie, you don't have a stream today, so how are you enjoying your day off? Let's see. Let's get this opened up. Dang, Flory again, stealing the first. And how are you today, Flory? Nate, how is everyone? Kyle, how are you today? Much better. I will you forever. Drink you my. Alright. So, just pulling up my little cheat sheet. As you all know, I always prepare that through Trello before stream. In fact, let's open up Trello. Uh, Perfect. All right. So, as you all know, I always prepared this in advance. Oh, I'm great, tired, but otherwise well. Oh, I love to hear it. I mean, I'm also freaking exhausted. I actually woke up at 1:30 p.m. today, so I've only been awake for like three and a half hours. And it's 5 p.m. Tomorrow's gonna suck. So yeah, as you all know, I always create my Trellos for my game dev projects. Ignore my lists. Um, so as you can see, I've already got mostly everything prepared. So I have cheat sheets. If you see me, looking off or copying stuff, I do have cheat sheets so that streams go as smoothly as possible. All right, but let us get started. We're gonna need to define several different floats. Let's see, we're gonna need public float. And we're making these public so that we can access them in the editor. So when they're public, if you haven't seen, oh, that's the wrong thing. If you haven't seen any of my game dev streams before, or if you haven't seen any like game development before, but the tire can be explained by my time of day, which is 11:20 p.m. Oh, that is very fair, Flory. Also, it's weird to see you swap accounts. We gotta wait for this thing to compile. Yeah. You're fine. It's upset because we don't have this filed off. It's fine. We'll deal with it later. Alright. Grokov. So if you haven't seen it before, this is our editor. And the inspector here is where we do a lot of stuff. So when we go to our player, the inspector is where we can mess with the physics of the player. It's where we can set triggers. We can do a whole bunch of stuff from here. If we make our float public, then we can also modify its value from the inspector. So we are always going to do that for a lot of things. All right, let me get that open. So we're gonna need a walk speed. For now, I'm just gonna have variables set up that don't make a lot of sense, and we're gonna modify these based off of feel. All right, so we're gonna have another public float, and this will be called run speed. This one will be set probably double to start. If you're wondering what the F is, the F means float, and the reason we're using a float instead of an integer is so that we can have the point. That gives us finer control over everything. Have to keep engagement from... Sorry. Thank you so much, though. That's so awesome. Thank you. Flory, I really appreciate that. Let's see. So I switch between them. That is so kind of you. Seriously, thank you. All right. Let's get a few things in. I'm gonna need a public float. This one will be jump height. Did I spell height? Yeah, it's HEI. Yeah, okay. While this is a great song, not what I expected. I don't think this. Okay, we're gonna. Hmm. I mean, this is good, so we'll add it. There we go. That will give us our playlist. Okay, sorry, jump height. Yes, so we're gonna set that to 2. Jump height will also be affected by gravity, so we don't have to worry about it too much right now. Public float is going to be mouse sensitivity. We'll set this to 2. All right. Public float, and then we'll have a gravity modifier. Gravity will be equal to negative 9.8. Perfect. Oh, F. There we go. Perfect. Now, we are going to have a couple private variables as well. Song request Like a Prayer choir version. Like a Prayer. Deadpool and Wolverine version, just to confirm. Sure. All right, that's next up. All right, next up, we're going to have a couple private variables. So these are things that we don't want to modify from within the inspectors. So for example, this will be current speed. So this will be something we need to keep track of inside of the script. So we want to keep track of it, but we don't need to modify that in the inspector. Same will be true for a couple other things, like a private. This one will be a vector 3, and it'll be called velocity. Let's see. We're gonna need a boolean. This one will need to be. Well, actually, it could be either, but we're gonna have a private. Bool is grounded. And then I think just the controller. Yeah, we're gonna need a private character controller. Perfect. So these are the things we're gonna need for the script immediately. It's only a thumbnail that changes between Deadpool and normal. Okay, fair enough. Well, as long as it's the right version, we're good. All right, so let's start in the start function. So this is the stuff that gets called once. Oh, wait, do I have? All right, there we go. This gets called once. When the game or when the script gets initialized or activated, that is when the start function gets called. So we're going to do a couple things in here. We're going to say the controller will be equal to get component character controller. Perfect. Oh, I love it when things make it simple and you just tap enter, you know? All right, next we're going to do cursor.lockState will be equal to cursor.lockMode .locked. Perfect. So what this does, this hides and locks our cursor. So you're not going to have it where you know, move the mouse. Your mouse continues moving, but so does your player look that way. You know how some games have that? This prevents that. You just have this one line of code here, gets rid of the mouse. Super easy. Perfect. Now, we're going to need to also hide the mouse so that you can't see it. Because right now we've locked it in place so that it's right here. But you'll still be able to see it. So, we're going to do cursor. We're going to say, sorry, cursor.visible. We're going to say false. This will hide the cursor. I don't have chat up, so I don't know what's happening. Hold on. Perfect. Did miss. Perfect. Oh, I just see a new. Okay. Will it be only keyboard? Only, or will it be controller support? Good question. Right now in development, I'm gonna have it keyboard only. However, Unity does a fun thing in their controller options. If you go into their build settings, no, not the build settings, project settings. Where's that? Project settings. If you go into your fun project settings here, you can actually change the input manager and set up multiple different. So you can have keyboard, you can have controller, you can set up so that both are supported. And that's built right in here. So we should be able to set that up. Although that's not something I'm going to worry about right now. That'll be like way down the line, maybe August or September before we get to something like that. Oh, lighting data. Go away. All right. So, yeah, that's what this does. So now in our update function, this is the stuff that happens every single frame. We're not going to do a ton here. We're mostly going to be calling other functions and make those other functions. So in this, we're going to be checking a few different things. We're going to be moving the player. We're going to be rotating the player. So that'll be your WASD. Rotate will be your mouse. And then we're going to apply gravity as well. That way the player always has a constant gravitational force applied to them. I mean, that should also be applied by it and by the rigid body anyway, but we'll do it ourselves. Never hurts. Nate steals the first, currently in first place. Congratulations. All right, so we're going to have move player. Oh. And currently, we don't have that set up. Let's see. Generate method, move player. Boom. Easy as that. Now, we're going to do that a couple more times. We're going to have rotate player. We're also going to have apply grab. Pirate demon? I'm a pirate! I'm glad I left this, like, enabled so it can happen during regular streams. Of course it worked. Normal stream at 750, but when we do Sea of Thieves, it goes to one channel point. Rotate player, and then we're also going to have apply gravity. Did I spell that right? Apply gravity. Yes, I did. Fantastic. All right, generate your method, and are you gonna pop up? There you go. Okay, it just makes it everything easier. I figure you turned it off. Never mind. And maybe you forgot. No. It's all through Mix It Up, so it's all should be automatic pretty much. Who is this weirdo? Wait, video disabled. What did Kyle do last time? Wait, what? What are you talking about? Goldie, are you okay? All right. So first, let's apply gravity because it's going to be super easy. We don't need to throw anything. What we're going to do, we're going to say velocity dot y. So velocity on the y-axis specifically plus equals. We're going to have gravity times, there's my times, time dot delta time. Boom. And time.delta time is real time. So seconds, minutes, hours. Doesn't matter on lag. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's real time. Gotta keep opening OBS. Mod actions by video disabled by. Wait, what? I haven't taken any moderation actions this stream, Goldie. I have no idea what that is about. The only video I have is going to VTube Studio to capture my VTuber. But that is true, Flory. He did not get the first. I wasn't planning on it. I just want to say hi before my shower. That is fair. Hope you had a nice shower. All right. We don't have much more to apply to gravity. We're going to do controller dot move. And we're going to do velocity dot... Oh, sorry. Times delta time. Time dot delta time. Perfect. So this will just apply gravity to our player. Next, yeah, we can do rotate next, whatever. So we're going to have a couple more floats, mouse X, and this will be equal to input dot get axes, right? I think it's get axis. We'll see if this doesn't work. Mouse X times mouse sensitivity. And then we're basically going to do this again, but for Y. Mouse Y times sensitivity. Perfect. Wait, where's OBS? There's OBS. Gravity's a myth. Is it buoyancy and weight? I'll see myself out for the flat earth theory. Okay, oh my god. So you are a shiny gold bar now? I plead the fifth. In fact, I'm a sexy raccoon girl in VR. What the fuck? Alright, I question so much what's happening right now. Let me turn this up a bit on my end, but down for you guys. I'm not wrong. I shut the Avian Pixie server. No, that is fair. You did do that. That is true. Alright, that's a bit loud for me. That's better. That's a lot better. Surely you should be a goldfish in a microwave. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh my god. Alright, so next let's do a transform dot cat shadow. I need you to not scare the shit out of me, please. Thank you. Alright. Transform dot rotate. Shadow the ultimate life form. Shadow, are you the ultimate life form? Shadow. Over here. Yeah, he's ignoring me and looking out the window. There might be a squirrel. Anyway. I'm being haunted. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Alright, listen. Listen. I was okay with the haunting. The inflation? Whoa, 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 nothing changed price. I'll show you inflation. Damn. Oh, the Phasmo light attack? Was it 1K? I'm pretty sure it wasn't. Anyway, let's continue with the programming. So we have transform dot rotate, and we're gonna do this by a vector 3. Oh shit. Dot up, and that'll be times mouse X. It 1000% was. There was 3 sound redeem at 1K, Taco, Grab, and Phasmo. Bro, okay, no. Beat Saber is the exact same price it was when it left. The only thing is that it's currently broken. Flory's right. It sounds like you just don't watch enough, honestly. Really? I did find the problem, and I have reinstalled it on the better drive. I just have not tested it yet to find out if that has fixed it 100%. While Rockface was here, I did do a little bit of a test, but not like a full test, you know? I'm the most active here. Actually, I can find out if that's true. Chat. No, users. Ooh. All right. First of all, I spend the most here. After and Stream Elements, Kofi, then Goldie, then Nate, then Rockface, then Siri, and then Kay, and then Flory. But you're not. You're actually behind multiple bots and myself. Anyway, motherfucking those don't count. What? I don't count? Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. I physically can't beat them. But then all time is it not? I only came here a month ago. That is all time. That is correct. That's why I think it's worth pointing out. Because you are correct, Flory. Also, motherfucker, you need to add that command. What command? In the meantime, I'm also gonna continue coding here. So next we're gonna work on we're gonna move the camera. That was almost perfect. Except this is left. There we go. He's looking to lurk indefinitely though. That's fair. That would have been a bit cheap. Flow X rotation. And that's going to be equal to camera dot main dot transform dot Euler angles dot x, and then if x 80. X rotation minus equals 360. Rotation. Oops, math F dot clamp. What do you mean it's a capital? Nope. Oh, there we go. Uppercase F. It needs to be lowercase. That's much better. X rotation. That's gonna be negative 80F and 80F. Next, we're gonna do camera dot main dot transform dot Euler angle will be equal to new vector 3 X rotation camera dot main dot transform dot Euler angles dot y 0. I think that's all we need to do to rotate. All right, let me get caught up on chat now. So I left. Okay, way up here. Okay. I've never seen if you were good at Apex. That's true. Multi counts, don't use plugins so they can def. Yeah. Better than Skull, Nate, and Rockface. That's all you need to know. I hate turning my computer on and getting all the Windows pop-ups. Links, yeah, set up OneDrive, 360. Oh yeah, 100%. Those are so annoying. Disable as many of them as you can through Task Manager. For any that you can't, like the bloatware, you can mess around in registry if you want, but at your own risk kind of thing. Also do it for streams or if you can't be. That's fair. That doesn't take much. I don't play enough for my rank up. I could easily hit diamond if I wanted to. That's just maybe I've only been once but kept. Okay, cool. Making skill learn the game. That's true. I did agree to that. Skip, skip. Kind of wanted to done. Wanted to do Titanfall. Shit. Alrighty. So next we need to move the player. Rockface, hello. Somebody is. I do know. Yes, yes, that is true. I did make a post about it in my Discord. Not sure if you saw it. Yes, I woke up a few hours later than I expected to. So yeah, it do be like that. For real, Apex's Titanfall 3 failed. Oh shit, that's funny. But hello, Rockface. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a great Sunday. Can't touch much. Just woke up from my nap. Jesus. What the hell is this? That ain't from my playlist. Okay, I feel like this is not playing. There we go. That is better. He was one. You even have a good. Oh. Nah. Alright, I have to get some eeps. Have a get up early. Have fun. Everyone, take care, Flory. Thank you so much for hanging out today. Means the world to me. I hope you have a great eep. So much love, Apex, with my soul. It really does feel Titanfall. Started at 2 m. It was nap. Yeah, it's insane from the pilot. Which is weird to me, because I still don't remember it from the pilot. I only remember it from, that's a fan song. But, what do I know? So, is grounded is going to be controller dot is grounded if is grounded. Nope, that's if is grounded and velocity dot y is less than 0, more than 0, whatever. I'm gonna say velocity dot nope dot y equal to 0. Man, I can't type today. What's your problem with this? Why are you highlighting this for? It's fine. If the player is grounded and the velocity on y is 0, then 0. Yeah. Actually, since Insane is on, may I request a song from Hasman? Yeah, absolutely. I love Hasman. I think it was a promo for the pilot, not in it. That's what I thought as well. Like, I didn't think it was in the actual pilot. In eating dinner, and I'll be in your Discord. No worries. When you join, I'll take a small break from programming and music, and we'll go to do the story stuff, and I'll do some map work while we do that. Until then, I'll continue programming. Then you meet me by the sea. Okay, so let's continue. I don't know what this is about, but we're gonna continue. So, grounded, yes. So next we can go to the float, and let's do move speed, and that will be equal to input dot get key code dot left shift. Yes. And here's a fun thing I actually learned. Question mark run speed walk speed. So this is a really cool piece of code that I very recently learned in preparation for this stream. That I'd love to show you guys real quick. So this is a shorthand version of an if-else statement. So what we're doing here is we're saying float move speed. That's equal to input.getKey down. So we're checking the left shift key. This is a listener. We're saying if this is down, so if true, then it's run speed. So if you're pressing this down, if this is true, then the move speed is equal to run speed. Else, and that's what this is, walk speed. So this is just a listener. You're checking, are they pressing it? If yes, then move speed is equal to run speed. If not, then move speed is equal to walk speed. And that is just so cool to me. Like, that's just a useful shorthand for coding. I finished the Eminence in Shadow. Oh, fantastic. Oh, so onto the map so we can riff on. Oh, I got much to share. You'd be fine to continue to code unless you want to. Oh, yeah, no. It's so that we can, like, talk to each other. I'm not able to focus at all on conversation when I'm programming. That is why I'll switch over. Yeah. Oh, is Rockface shortening the call? Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna have a Rockface segment every Sunday. Well, hopefully. That's not a guarantee, but ideally that would be a fun thing. Let's go. So, but what did you think of Eminence and Shadow? Also, I'm gonna be just super quick. Can I just like zoom in at all? I want to make it bigger. Do you really want to? You want to rethink this? I'll send this one over to Rockface. If it should be included in the Go comments, it should be her call. I feel. Uh-oh. Alright, so that's the cool piece of code. Let's continue. Float. Well, I just had a brain fart. Sorry, we're good. Move X. And that's gonna be equal to input.get axis. And we're gonna be sending the axis to horizontal. And then we're gonna do float move Y equal to input dot get axes. And this will be vertical. So remember earlier I said it should be super easy for us to put in a thing to have controllers or keyboard and mouse. This is that. As you can see, we're grabbing WASD. We're grabbing that from Unity. So whatever we set to the vertical and the horizontal, the code will just grab that. So this is what I mean. It's super easy to convert to that later. Danny Sniffer from Goldie from my shoe, not you. Fair. Okay, so we can talk about this, right? Oh, chance in hell, like hell. Yeah. What's wrong with Kyle shaking my head? But it's something nice. As long as you're good, Goldie, it will stay out of the goat comments. Oh, damn. You have... Is that a threat? His face camming up with that sexy face. Yeah, that's a lie, Goldie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that's a lie. Skull, your mod is getting threatened. Oh, my bad. Hold up. Okay. I've unmodded Goldie. Let me know when you're done bullying him. I'll remod him for you. I'm gonna get some couple lines in real quick while you guys get some chats in. So we're gonna do vector 3 move is equal to transform dot right. And we're gonna do move x plus transform dot forward. Oh yeah, times move z. Oh, I did move y here, didn't I? Yeah, this is actually supposed to be z axis, not y axis. My bad. Next we're gonna do controller dot move, and that will be move times move speed. And as we know, we already have an if statement here, so we don't need to worry about what the move speed will be. So we just need to set the move speed, and that will be times time dot delta time. Next we need to do one more thing, and then I'll get back to chat and remod Goldie. Now we're gonna do so an if statement here. So if input dot get button down, and the button down is jump, and is grounded. Then what we're gonna do is do velocity y, not equals 0. This one is going to be a math f dot sqrt, and that will be jump height times negative 2f times gravity. And this is just a basic jump equation. So realistically, this should allow full movement and jumping, as well as looking around of our character. Now let me get back to chat. You fucker. Ooh, if only you could approve that in auto mod. I got you. Hold on. I'll help you out. You wouldn't do You said this wouldn't be like VIP. You're the one who said it. You said mods can't be bullied. Well, I'm not going to stop them from bullying you, so I'm going to remove the mod. It was a fix for your issue. Personally, I never bully a fan Goldie. Bull. VIP was millions. It takes one time to be addicted. I feel it's I'm trying to stall remodding. That's crazy. I'm just going through the chat, as you know. X to doubt, you fucker, you prick. Your viewers being bullied then. Alright, slash mod Goldie at Goldie. There you go. Or rather my mod bully than a viewer. Exactly. I was just joining. The darkness. Scary. Alright. So we have our character controller, we have our FPS, we have our rigid body, we have our collider. Let's see what happens. Okay. Let's try that again. That was, ooh. I want to check this. Hold on. Okay, so something is causing it to want to jump from side to side. Oh, I'm a pirate? Hmm. Rotate. Mouse X, mouse Y. Equals scan input, mouse. That's sensitivity. Hmm. Wait a minute, why am I a pirate? I don't see a redeem. Wait, why am I a pirate right now? I don't have it on a bind. Do I? Oh my god, I have it to bind it as one. Okay. Alright, that's fixed. I think I might have been that. To be a professional? Never. No, I'm the one your mom says she's choking after coming out about our affair and getting a bad reaction. What? What? It's happening still. Okay, let's take a look at this. So that wasn't it. Oh, wait, did I have this? I don't. I think that might have been it. Hold up. Okay. All right. I absolutely love those emotes, by the way, Kyle. I'm glad they got approved. All right, let's set this back up to 2. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. This head bob is crazy. Hold up. I don't even think there's supposed to be a head bob. Did we apply that? Oh, maybe it's the gravity. Let's not apply gravity. Looks like I need to get a shaking emote. Okay. Looking is working. But the second I start moving... What is happening? What the hell is happening? What? Alright, hold on. Let me look at my code. I must have messed something up in the move here. Alright. So first off, is grounded is equal to the controller dot is grounded. If is grounded and the velocity on the y is less than 0, velocity dot y equals 0. Yeah, this resets the velocity on the ground. Float move speed is equal to input, yep. Float move x and move z is your horizontal and vertical. Move x, move z, horizontal, vertical, yep. Vector 3 move equals transform dot right minus x plus transform dot forward controller dot move times move speed times dot dot. Okay. So I got transform dot rotate Just want to rotate vector 3 dot up times mouse dot x. What axis is it rotating on? I don't. I'm slightly confused by that. Honestly, I don't remember that happening. Flory gifted it. Yeah. Skill issue. Fuck you. Can shake hands. Yeah. Fair. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I did differently before. Goldie. Enemy rotation. Oh, I see what I've done. That's funny, Cody. Oh fuck, that's funny. All right, so we got the control, got the lock states, or looking and moving first, and the rotate with the mouse. Just fine. No. And then we got velocity. So want to hear Nilo's situation? Yeah, bring it on. Let's go. Teaching how to treat your partner. Damn, you shouldn't talk to Nate like that. But yeah, what's going on, Nate? What's happening? I've got my own little situation. Had an Unreal Engine crash too due to GPU issues, which I'm guessing is related to me using an old driver. Yeah. So either one driver update at time to fix or break. Oh shit, eh? Damn, I don't have a fix for that one. But yeah, that's just like gonna be an issue. Because you're gonna need the driver update to fix any instability, but if you install the driver update, it fucks your computer. That's not good. But every update after the one I have listed is risky, essentially. But yeah. Damn. All right, let's set X rotation up here as well. We're gonna have this as a private though. Private float X rotation. Now we don't need to worry about defining it down here. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna say X rotation with minus equals to mouse Y. Rotation will be equal to math F dot clamp. And we're gonna set this one to negative ADF and ADF. Whoops. Next, we're gonna do player, camera. Oh, I didn't. Okay. We will provide that. See, my cheat sheets are made without testing, so sometimes they might be wrong. All right, now we have player camera though. All right, so player camera dot local rotation. Oh, it's an A. Quaternion. There we go. Diular. Transform dot rotate. No, dot rotate. There we go. And we're gonna do vector 3. Vector 3 dot up times mouse x times mouse x. All right, next just double check our grounded, make sure everything's good. So we got is grounded equals controller dot is grounded. If dot is grounded, and then velocity dot y minus equals 0. Then actually, what we'll do, we'll apply yeah. I did have that in my other one as well, so we will do that. We'll apply a small amount. This will be our gravity. Actually, we can just gravity. Now I don't need to worry about modifying that. Oh no, because we're also using this later, aren't we? Okay, fuck it. Never mind. We're just gonna provide the small push then. This will just give us a small boost to stay on the ground. Oh, what's happening in chat? So I have to find the safe versus unsafe update. Yeah, that's valid. Speaking of tech issues for you, Nate, but Skull, did you see the clip I pinged you in? Oh, I couldn't really hear anything. I heard the first thank you, Skull, and then everything. It was funny as hell. Ray is bullying me again. She won't let me call Pixie Stinky. Why are you trying to call Pixie Stinky? That seems unreasonable. Apparently Pixie is playing Repo. That's funny. Anyway. Speaking of Pixie. Oh, that was really funny. Anyway. Alright. Move speed. Let's see, we're keeping the normal. XZ, horizontal, vertical. Yep. Vector 3, move. Transform dot right times mouse X. Transform dot forward. Yep. Controller dot move times move speed times time dot delta. Yep. If input dot get button down jump and is grounded, velocity dot y equals math f dot sqrt, jump height -2, gravity. Okay. All right, perfect. And then what we'll do at the end of it all, rather than having a separate method, we'll put these guys there. Then we'll have gravity at the end of movement. As long as you're moving, right? Lol, did she just relaunch the game? Yes, she did. She didn't install the mods? Oh my gosh, Pixie. That's hilarious, but also prepare for the streams, dude. I'm getting PUBG as well as Apex. Okay, I'm down to try PUBG with you for sure. That one you wouldn't have needed to convince me on. Let's test this. Camera. Ah. She was first in the DC and still wasn't. She was first in the Discord, and what? Pixie. I can't defend these actions. These are not good actions. All right, let's test this player controller. Okay. I can look around still. So the new script is working. We might need to increase gravity. Okay. And it still spins wildly. Is it even... It's not even on any... Why? This doesn't make sense to me. Hold up, hold up. Let me check my script. This is weird. Let's get my cat... Wait, this is a good chance. I need to get my cat to may not be able to... What? What? What happened, Rockface? Is everything okay? Yes, please absolutely make sure to take care. I'm so sorry to hear about your kitty. UTI toxins going on. He may be he doesn't get you. Jesus Christ, yeah. No, absolutely. Go in, get your kitty looked at, get him taken care of. No worries at all. We can do story stuff next week or something. It's not an issue. Take care of your cat. That is crazy. Oh, absolutely. There's multiple emergency vets in Sudbury. Sorry, that's my old town. Yeah. Well, between me and my parents specifically, like, but in that stretch, there's none. But I know several outside. Like, there's an emergency vet phone number, for example, for all of Ontario. And there is a group of veterinary clinics that actually take that phone number and share it around. So everyone will always have that number. And if you call it, yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. If you call that number, the open vet and the emergency vet that's in our area will be able to take them. That is crazy though, Rockface. I'm so sorry that's happening. I'm so like I really hope everything turns out okay. So I'm tired of opening that. I'm gonna close it. I'm just a driver. Fair. I think it might be because we're trying to call move twice. What if we move this up? His appointment is at 8? Okay, good. I'm glad that you guys were able to get that taken care of. I want to ask which one you're taking them to, but there's no way for you to like quickly give me an answer to that without directly doxing so much. All right, let me double check my move here. Transform to 4.0. Oh, hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine.
I'm so sorry to hear about the kitty.
Yeah, this is probably the worst he's been.
Yeah, fair.
The cat has a lot of medical issues though. When we got him, he already had medical issues active.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
true, eh?
Yeah, he had his whole eye thing going on. Had to take eye drops and medication that way.
Fair. Jeez, though.
Poor little cat just can't catch a break.
Poor dude.
So something that I am doing in this story a little bit, and I'm not gonna delve into it a whole lot,
Okay.
but at the beginning where so you wanted we talked about like getting texts from like a family member of like being careful, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah, something to like give exposition.
Yeah. Deep within that exposition, I want to allude to the fact that the mother is aware of this entity.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't want to delve into it at all in this game.
Okay. What? What the fuck? All right, I'd love to know more about this.
Um We make this game so well, we make a sequel and maybe we find out.
Okay, okay. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa. Do a flip. And another.
This ain't for. Bro, I tested my script before I even went live today, and it worked. And I've now verified my script and remade it, and I don't know why it's not working.
Because the Mighty Bean wants to do a flip.
All right, hold on. But yeah, so the mother, where does that kind of come from? Does the mother have history with it?
So I was almost thinking, like, what if this spirit, right,
Mm-hmm.
is less bound to the railway and more of acting as like a protector of the family. I don't know, something I'm spinning around, seeing if I like the idea of.
Could work, but the way we were gonna build the maintenance area was almost like it looked like they were keeping the entity there with like big rugged metal doors.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just something I was fiddling around with.
Because we
I'm
also want
fiddling
the
with
entity
ideas.
to
I'm still
like
fiddling.
be there, because then the bullies will know that it's there. That's why they sent the player there.
Mhm.
So we would also need another motive or reason for the player to be there.
Yep. I'm still fiddling with ideas. I'm still in that phase of life right now.
That is fair. What is this?
Whatever we don't answer in this game, we can answer in the sequel.
Hell yeah. Why is son of a bitch? It's a typo.
Ooh. Can we get some oohs in chat? Type one in chat
Type
if
one
you
to
wanna ooh.
ooh. Okay, now we're applying
My mouse
gravity.
died. Fuck. That's a little depressing.
Damn, that sucks. Your mouse?
Yeah.
Any idea how it happened?
I ran out of battery.
Oh, that should be an easy fix then.
Yeah, I put it on the charging stand. It like just ran out and I didn't realize it was low.
Fair. Why?
Look at me spin there.
So it wasn't. Sure, it wasn't it.
Do you have like an if statement of like if character exists, do a flip?
If character exists to a flip, I like it, but no. Vector 3 final move. It's equal to Vector 3 move. Yeah, velocity move. So, oh my god, if I did this wrong. Final move. No, I am. I am using it. It's right here. Is it because I'm move speed? Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. That we might have been double calculating it. And he falls over.
Same. So relatable.
It's almost like he has no balance.
Oh my goodness, are you making like one of those like really ridiculous games where you have to like press WASD over and over to keep balance?
Faudian game? No. God, no.
Imagine doing that in a horror game. Fuck.
Well, I'm gonna fucking jump off a cliff in Minecraft. Okay, I figured out the issue, and I'm gonna die and kill myself.
Oh, Goldie, I have to leave in like it's a little less than an hour. The appointment's not till 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
DM me, which vet are you headed to?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Or well, I kind of know. Hold on.
Let me open our DM so that there's no like splash on screen. Oh, task manager. Holy shit, my computer might die from me pouring water on it. Okay, there we go.
Oh, I wouldn't recommend pouring water on it.
Okay, yeah, they're pretty popular. However, I've never been there myself, so I don't know how they are.
Same.
By the way, Rockface Skull is bullying me again. When the fuck? Goldie, I've been locked in trying to figure out this code thing, only to find out it's because I had a fucking rigid body enabled. What do you want from me? When did I bully you?
I love it when my body's rigid.
Oh, it's because I was multiplying gravity by gravity, but I already had gravity enabled through a fucking Unity thing. I'm so upset. So for everyone who's wondering what's just happened, the reason our dude was sitting there spinning around was because in our scripts, we are calculating for gravity. We're constantly applying a gravitational force to the player to keep them on the ground. Every time they move, every time they jump, everything, it's multiplied by gravity. However, in Unity, when you're using a rigid body, which normally you want to use, however, in this case you don't, it has gravity built in, which I had enabled. So I was multiplying gravity while also having Unity simulate gravity with a physics environment, making our characters spin wildly out of control because our code didn't understand it, because there was doing it and then something else was also doing it, confusing our code, making me very upset. You took away my mod and added a widget that says "Don't bite me, I'll come." That's not true. It's not a widget, it's just a screenshot. So if it was a widget, I could remove it and do it at will, but see, it's just open on my taskbar.
Yeah, if anything, I'm the one that bullies you by making it a source on mine to pull up easily.
Yeah, it's not even a source on my OBS. It's literally just a picture. Also, congratulations, Rockface, on stealing the first. You're now in first place. I gotta know, how
Right?
many have there been this stream? Hold on.
I don't think there was any from the time that I've seen.
17. We have now matched our record. And the stream isn't even over. Far from it.
You want Skull to remove it and delete it? What? The first? You want me to be the last first ever? Okay.
That's crazy to think, Goldie. I mean, if you really want that, I guess.
We'll listen to the mods on this one.
I can't believe it took me an hour and 45 minutes to get the fucking character controller working. I'm so upset. And all because I added the rigid body thinking I was being smart. On the bright side, everyone, as you can see, we can now look around up and down. We can walk. We can jump. We will need to increase gravity. We can also run, which is a literal double of our walking speed. We'll probably want to have it so... Well, yeah, we'll probably need to change things over. Ooh, perfect. You can even walk up and down the stairs. I don't even need to change the incline limits. That's
Let's go.
fantastic.
We love that. Can't wait to get the upgrade later on where you can sprint instead of just run to triple your movement speed. Speedrunners are gonna love it.
That's going to be in dev mode.
I swear, if I ever see this game hit a speedrun category, my goodness.
It'll be possible.
That'd just be like crazy for me to think of though.
Realistically, you could speed run it by because your character starts. What is it? It's this side. All right, let me go over here. You're gonna start over here. The game, it fully starts with the character probably slightly shorter, walking through the turnstile and walking here. From here, the character will take control and come down the steps. Realistically, you could probably speed run it by like popping up here, coming over here to look at the figure through the bars, jumping down as the subway train arrives, jump down behind it, and then go looking for the door. I could put in like a speedrun track like that.
That'd be so wild.
Holy
The
shit,
Trump
we actually have a
comments,
movable
Goldie are
player now.
coming.
I'm so happy.
It's crazy.
Sorry?
Goldie's coming.
Goldie's coming. The cum comment. Also, as you guys can all see, we cannot see the mouse. And it's not all over the screen. It's very nice and hidden away. So, nice little bit of polish
Where's
there.
my crosshair? I can't aim.
I could put in a crosshair if you want. Do you think it'll be necessary?
I think a crosshair should appear only when there's an interactable.
Well, that's possible. I could add a tag. And the tag I could make one called interactable, and I could apply it to every single object. Then I could attach a raycast to the main camera that whenever the beam hits something, if that something has a tag interactable, crosshair appears. That is totally possible.
Gamer. Because I feel like a crosshair at all times would kind of like hurt immersion a bit.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds good to me. I can do that. If I forget, remind me, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Well, that oh yes, let's
Don't you have a to-do list that you can write that in? I thought you kept one next to you during this.
my Trello. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna write down my thoughts on this so I don't forget how I was gonna build it.
That's fair.
Perfect. Alright, yeah, that should be easy enough. The sign makes it sound like a lot of work. Goldie, come on now. All right, let's try that size. Oh, this is actually a really good size. What do you think? Smaller or larger based on these
Um,
assets?
I I think that's actually like really good.
Let me check the scene.
I feel like that places your character at being like what 5'6".
Roughly? No, like, hitting or anything like that either. This is actually a pretty damn good size. Like I said, we're gonna keep, like, the basic ass pill shape model, at least for now. Like, I doubt we're gonna have a character model for the FPS controller. So, that should work, actually.
The character is the player.
I'm gonna need to add a whole bunch of mesh textures. Okay, that will work though. Holy shit. Also gonna need to turn down jump, but turn up gravity. And a bunch of mesh colliders. Oh my god, so many mesh colliders. Interesting that this has one. So what is that? But the train doesn't? The fuck? Okay, whatever. So 0.7 scale works. That is good to know. What other story stuff have you been working on?
Uh, Not a ton. I haven't had a ton of time this week,
That is completely fair.
but
What kind of...
I hopefully should have more time this week before the next stream of yours.
That's fair. Have you put any thought into um oh god, what was it? Fuck. I actually had something. What I was gonna ask you. Player enters phone. Oh, the three bullies. We know that one will disappear here. That will be like the shadowy figure. That will be like to allude to the event. And we also said that the one is going to disappear each time the... I'm gonna call it a Teke Teke for now until each time the Teke Teke appears. Right?
Mhm.
So, what way are we going to have, like, are we going to have like specific character models? Or are we going to have them just like all shadowy figures just disappear?
Um, I think we should end up having specific character models because I want there to be some form of interactability,
Okay.
and I want the player to be able to see the bullies like hinder the player's progress as it goes through.
Well, we gotta be careful with that, I would say. If we show them the bully hindering them, it'll take away some of the horror aspects because the whole horror is them
Yeah,
thinking the monster is hindering them.
that's true. That's true. I don't think it's a bad. Like I think we should have the player should know that there are two adversaries: the bullies that are keeping them trapped here, and then the ghost that is doing the killing. Right?
Mm, okay. Let's see.
Because there is levels of fear from human to human. Because the ghost, you know what it's gonna do. You know what it's doing.
Yeah.
It's murderizing. A human has thoughts behind it, has its own motives, ideas, plans. You don't know what that human is going to do to try and hinder you next.
That's true, but this isn't versus human game. I want this is a monster game where the actual
Yep.
threat is from the humans without the player knowing that.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm gonna work on some crouching while we talk too. So we're gonna have a couple different publics for the sorry, a couple privates and a public float. So the public float is going to be the crouch height. And we're gonna set that to 0.4 for now. And we're doing that because 0.7 is full height. We could do 3.5, but I think 4 will work. And then we'll set up a couple privates. So a private Boolean is crouching. Now we're going to start off by saying that this is false, because you're not going to be crouching by default. And a private float original height. Perfect. Now in the start function, we're going to need to give it the original height. It is equal to controller.height. And in the update, we're going to need to do handle crouch. There we go. So we're going to do if input dot get key down. And this will be left control. Code dot control left. There we go. Then we will say is crouching is equal. Go. Oh, I forgot I forgot parentheses. Okay, now if is crouching.
Welcome in, K.
Welcome in, K. How you doing? Is Goldie talking about cum? How are you today?
I'm doing all right myself. I'm gonna be having to leave in a couple minutes to take a cat to an emergency vet.
Were you supposed to have a stream today, or was today a day off for you?
50-50.
Oh, okay, fair.
The vet's not so the doctor, the veterinarian, whatever they're called there.
Yeah.
They aren't able to get in until an hour from now.
That is rough as fuck. Wait, the emergency vet is over an hour away from the clinic?
Um, I I don't really know.
That would be crazy. I've never had that. And I've used the emergency vet in our area a couple of times, like the emergency system.
Dude is probably just eating dinner with his family.
Oh, 100%, but over an hour away? That's unusual. Especially because the one you said is not out of the way. Three. Okay, and then we're gonna set the current speed is equal to walk speed. All right, so in theory, this will now allow us to crouch. So we're checking if the key code left control is down, is crouching. We're setting to true. We're crouching. So if we're crouching, controller dot height is set to the crouch height. So we're setting the player's height to 0.4% instead of 0. That's right, 0.4 instead of 0.7. The center we're setting into the crouch height divided by 2. So that will just set the center of our player. And then we're also taking the walk speed. This is dividing it by half. We're using a multiply here, but we're multiplying it by 0.5. So we're dividing walk speed in half and setting that as the current speed. If you let go, then we're saying original height, original center, original walk speed. Let's see if that works. Oh, it's a toggle. That's why. Okay. I forgot I set this up as a toggle.
Toggle crouch is huge. I love toggle crouch.
Good news for you then.
Hold to crouch is just significantly worse IMO.
Fair enough. Well, good news. It is toggle. Hold crouch for PvP. Yeah, no, that is fair. Hold crouch in PvP, I would also say is better.
Wow, Kyle, are you trying to say that your brain doesn't process enough to be able to just click the button again when you need to? Maybe you shouldn't be in PvP then if your brain can't work like that.
I love that this is coming from you.
I'm good at PvP. Like, I'm not terrible. I just don't care to usually play good.
Yeah, but you don't play PvP, that's the thing.
I do a lot. I don't like it, but I do a lot.
Nowhere near as much as Kyle.
As much as Kyle? Fuck. I wouldn't be here if I played as much as Kyle for PvP, okay? I'd be like 10 feet in the gutter. And I would have put myself there myself. Like, if I only played PvP games, I wouldn't want to be alive. That's my hot take. Kyle, you do know that
No,
I
that's not a hot
love
take. That's
using
just your preference in gaming.
Kyle, I use snipers and shotguns, okay? Okay. I am that rat bitch. Imagine using a sniper competitively, alright? And you had to hold your fucking crouch button. That sounds like ass.
Yeah. Well, no. You can.
Well, I'm actually. Yeah, it does.
No, no, you're
Yeah,
wrong.
really not.
You're wrong though. It's okay. You're allowed to be wrong, and that's okay.
No, I'm a rat. I toggle,
Oh,
and
you're a
I
rat.
just.
Oh, you're right about that. That I'm not debating. 100%. But Kyle's right. The option to have a quick on-off crouch by just having it as a hold versus a toggle is a lot faster and a lot better in a lot of FPS games.
If you like holding the crouch button, that just means you like to hold things.
Also,
And you know what you
speedrunner,
can
welcome in.
hold? You can hold a penis. Alright? Holding penis.
That's
That's
your
kind of
preference, not mine.
sus. So Kyle, are you trying to tell me that you like to hold penis? That's what I'm hearing.
Also, new congratulations on taking the first.
If you can hold the crouch button, you can hold penis. That's exactly what that means, Kyle. They do correlate completely. Kyle, you're a penis toucher.
I don't know about that one.
I'm so confident. I bet there's like
Oh,
Ivy
you'll be
League research
confident
done on
saying that there's
this.
no fucking sky. You'll be confident about fucking anything. That doesn't make you right.
Oh, I have the best confidence in the world because I don't give a
You have the
fuck.
best confidence until you leave the house.
It's gotten better.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it does. It means that I've progressed.
Nah.
I was kind of proud of my progression.
Well, there you go.
Um, thought I was doing good. Went to a convention on my own, but I was doing good.
You did, but the voice actress wasn't there, and therefore the convention was dead.
Um,
I still can't believe that happened, dude.
yeah,
Straight up, it must have been like that is borderline a scam. The fact that they just removed it all from the website without any notification. That's like huge. Why is that on that screen? Okay, so we got crouching in. What's next on my list?
okay. I'm gonna head out and start getting ready to go.
All right, best of luck with the cat, dude. I hope everything turns out okay. Let me know how that goes.
Yeah.
Take care, dude.
Bye.
All right, we'll get music back on. Yeah, no, I hope that Katie's okay though. You hold a penis with your pinky. That's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, yo, what? All right, let's see. Let's see. That's my drop down. I'm just going through all my notes I had prepared. I have like 3 or 4 things I wanted to hopefully get done. Like a simple tutorial, for example, cutscene. I want to get the first event going too with the shadow figure. Let's see. I was just going through a random or my stream playlist in random order right now. Nice. All right. Maybe we'll add the head bob next. That is something I wanted to do today. And that's not too intensive either. Yeah, let's do it. Let's create another script, and we're going to call this one head bob. All right. Okay, so we got a bunch of stuff here. We got 4 different floats, which we went through earlier. We have 2 for running, 2 for walking. We have a speed and a mount for both. We're pulling in our character controller and our camera. We also have a default positioning for this will be for the camera, and we have a timer as well. So in our start function, if the camera holder is null, so if it doesn't have anything attached to it, then camera holder is equal to transform. Perfect. So this is saying if there's nothing, then it's equal to this game object. Next, we're going to do default POS is equal to camera holder. Nope. And camera holder. Oh yeah, dot local position. Right. Dot local position. Dot Y. Is this in my playlist? I don't think it is. What the hell? Oh, it is. I don't remember adding this. This must have been one Goldie added a bit ago. Let's skip a bit. All right. Now, in the update function, let's see. If controller dot is grounded and controller dot velocity dot magnitude the whiny bitch. Who is running equal to input dot get key perfect. And then we got a float bob speed equals is running run bob speed walk bob speed. Then we're going to do this again. Float bob amount. Equal to is running. run Bob, walk Bob amount. And as you guys all know, this is your shorthand to your if-else statement as we went through earlier today. Love this thing. That's such a unique piece of code. I love it. All right, next we're going to do timer plus equals time dot delta time. And that'll be times Bob speed. And then vector 3 local POS equals camera holder dot local position. Perfect. And then local POS dot Y equals default Y. No, wait, default POS. There we go. Oh, yeah, no. Local POS dot Y is equal to default POS plus math F dot sin. Timer times Bob amount. Perfect. Then camera holder dot local position equal local plus. Perfect. All right, that's our if statement. Next, let's create our else statement. So we're gonna say timer equal to 0, vector 3, local POS. Loser baby, hell yeah, it is Goldie. We love loser baby. Equal to camera holder. This would be local position. No, it's not equal to 0. It's equal to math f dot lerp local POS dot Y default POS time dot delta time, and that would be times F. And then camera holder dot local position equals local POS. Hell yeah, Goldie. Oh, I swear to you. All right. So what we are saying here is if the controller is on the ground and the velocity magnitude is less than 0.1, or sorry, it's more than 0.1. So that means they are moving. Then we're going to say Boolean is running is equal to karaoke when never equal to get key left shift. Then we're setting two different if statements using our shorthand that we learned. We're saying Bob speed is running question mark run Bob speed or walk speed, and Bob amount is running Bob amount walk amount. Then we're doing another a little timer, and we're timing it by the Bob speed so that it only matches what we put in. Vector 3, this is where we are changing the position of the camera to follow our, well, this underneath, to be honest. Let's see. And then, yep. And it'll just keep going. And this will get every single frame. This will get called. Then, let's see. This is where we do a little bit of math. We get the default position and the timer with the Bob amount. Camera, local position. Yep, so this is where we're moving the camera up and down. And that's the vector 3 as well. And then if we stop moving, that's the else. The timer will go to 0. The position will go back to its default in a lerp fashion, so smoothly. And yeah, everything just goes back to its local position. Why does this keep happening? All right, let's check this and see how it works. So as you can see, we now have a head bob. And if we need to see it a lot, well, I hope this proves that the head bob is working. I hope this shows. This is so fucking weird. Oh my god. Okay. And if we just turn this off, anything we changed will undo. We'll probably set that to 12 and change the limit to 0.2. Let's try that. Okay, the speed needs to go up a tiny bit, like 10. This is better. This is a better head bob. Yes, I also like when my head gets slammed through the ground, Goldie. I'm glad we're all on the same page with this. Of course, of course. All right, so we got that going. So we can now walk, and we can crouch. We can look around. We can jump. Now let's do the hidden figure event. Let's see. I feel like calling it the hidden figure because like we don't know it's the bully, and I don't know. Yeah, I'll just call it hidden figure. All right. We're gonna put in a float as well. Float the disappear distance. Distance is equal to 5f. And then we're gonna do a private transform. Whoops. Player. Private pool has gone. Equals false. So this would be like has disappeared, has gone. Yeah, we'll just do has disappeared actually. Uh, there we go. Let's start. Is equal to player equals game object. Find game object with tag. Player. Dot transform. Oh yeah, I need to end that off. Nearly forgot. Okay, cool. That's the start. Now, admittedly, I've said this in other streams that I've done in game development. Will say this in future streams. You don't want to use this too much. You don't want to use the find objects with tag, especially not in your update function. But we're running on a small game. And we are using this in the start function, which means this is only going to get called once. But the reason you don't want to use this too much, especially not on the update function, like I said, this gets called once per frame. This goes through every single thing in your hierarchy, every single map item, every single player item, everything. And it looks every item for what has the player tag. Speaking of player. So it will go through every single thing. So the more you use this, the more CPU burdened your game will be. Now, I'm going to use this once, but just the once. Alright, so if it's already disappeared, has disappeared, return. Then we're going to do float distance equals vector 3 dot distance player dot position, and the hidden figure dot transform dot position. Next up, we're going to do an if statement. If distance is not as great as disappear distance, or is looking at figure and to set that up, we're actually going to go down here. We're going to set up a new private bool is looking at figure. Up here, we're real quick going to say hidden figure dot set active false, and then has disappeared equals true. Down here, we're going to put vector 3 dir to direction to figure equal to hidden dot transform dot position minus player dot position dot normalized vector 3 dot player dot forward there to figure return dot okay. I'm just double checking my code super quick, make sure I'm doing this right as we go, because I don't want to have more issues like we had earlier in the stream. Alright, so oh yeah, I'll go in and explain this as well. So at the top, we're getting the game object of the hidden figure. For now, this will probably just be another capsule. We're getting the disappearing distance. So this is the distance it'll disappear if we're within that range. Also the private transform player. This is just the transform of the player. As well as a Boolean. A Boolean is yes, no, true, false. So it's one or the other. So we're setting it to false by default because it has not disappeared. What I miss? We are working on the first event. We're gonna skip this. But yeah, we are working on the first event. So, at the start of everything, the player is equal to game object, define object with tag player.transform. So, what this is doing is this is going to go through every single game object in the hierarchy, and it's going to look for every single thing and see what tag it has. Only things that are tagged with player will count here. Like I said before, you don't want to do that outside of a start function or where it will only be called once, because it will lag games. Now, if has disappeared, so if it's already gone, return. There's no need to waste resources on this. Float distance equals vector tree.distance. So we're checking the distance between us and this hidden figure. If the distance is less than the disappearing distance, or you're looking at the figure and we're checking that down here, the hidden figure is that set acted to false or has disappeared is equal to true. Now, here is where we're checking to see if you're looking at it. Down here, we're doing a vector 3 direction to figure, and that is equal to hidden figure.transform minus the player's transform, and it's normalized. What this does... Oh. That was really weird. My phone just gave me like 8 notifications. Anyway, ignoring that, what this does is we are minusing the player's position from the hidden figure's position and its rotation, like everything about its transform, in order to find out.
I'm putting cream on my taco.
Cream on my taco? No. In order to find out, like, if it's looking the right direction and what the direction is. Next, we have a dot. It's a vector 3 dot, and it's just player dot forward. This like a ring. Look at this graph. And then we're returning. Return dot is more than wait. If dot is less than 0.8, it means the player is looking almost directly at it within a 36-degree cone. And symbol word is that right in front of the player's eyes. Let's see. Measures how... Yes, so what the vector 3 dot here is, it measures how similar the two directions are. Let's see. That's a sphere, not a... Okay. Okay, now game manager, hidden figure, that'll be this capsule. I just had the most organic verb, what the fuck? Okay, let's check this. Hmm. Skull, I want to question your friend. He seems a little strange. Wait, who, me? That's awful. That's funny. Why? Hmm. Posture check, absolutely, Kay. Thank you so much. Oh, and hydrate. I missed that before. Oh, that was a great posture check. And a good stretch. Okay. Alright. The second it shows up on screen. I wasn't even looking anywhere at it. Let me see. I want to play more in Expedition 33. Should be longer than I expected. Fair. Yeah, I want to go for at least 3 hours, so probably at least 20 more minutes. Maybe until we finish this. This will be the third thing, because we've enacted movement, looking, crouching, sprinting, jumping. This. Oh, we've also done head bob. That was a big one. And this would be the first like main event of the game. So once this is done, I'll probably call it stream. What? Oh, this is Ren. I'm just taking a look and see how we can increase this a bit. Oh, I see now. I went the opposite direction. The closer to 1 is directly at it. So if I do 0.8, that's 80% looking. So I do 80% 99. I think I understand now. But I'm so full I don't feel I want to sleep. Damn. Hmm. Okay. That was pretty good. Okay. Let's set it to 0.9. I think that will be a lot better. That's not bad. But anytime it just looks in his direction, it disappears, even if they're not looking at it. Maybe it'd be better to go with a raycast. Wait, what? Ren and L, you take that back. I'm going to Canada again in the ring with Kyle Testament. Knew it would trigger you. Oh, not have these lies. Yes, it did. He is amazing. Kyle can he barely walk well right now. Damn, you're trying to fight a injured man. That's crazy. Okay, screw it. Screw it. We're doing raycast. I'm over it. I wanted to use just this kind of system so that if they were looking at it, it would work. But if there's an item, like, let me show you this. Let me show you let me show you my issue. So, by default, when the game starts, the player's looking off in this direction, giving this the ability to still exist. But when the player, and watch this box right here. As the player turns to look, you can see it's still there. It's gone. Right? And that's what we wanted. We wanted it to not necessarily hit it directly, but rather hit near it. However, and this is where the issue comes in. Keep an eye on that box still. The box at the top right. I'm going to run over here. So now, this is blocking it, right? I cannot see the other side. It's gone. That's an issue. This means that when the player spawns in, it's completing the first event already by default. And they will never even see the hidden figure. So we are going to need to change the way we are approaching this. A little annoying, but we can make it work. Let's see. Let me get caught up on chat. I will let you heal then fight you. Couldn't take me on my pee. I fought while injured. I'll fight the injured. Damn. The two fighting now kiss. Hey, I agree with Kay. Motherfucker. I have a broken knuckle, but I don't know, trying to fight someone who can't barely walk sounds a little sus. True. Kay, here I brought your husband. Oh, damn. Oh, shit. You have a raccoon emote? That's crazy. We'll do jujitsu. Dog, how can I lock? Damn, fair. Why are you posting emote of yourself? Goldie, damn! Approach my nuts. Shit. Alright. Let's get into raycasting. So let's fucking delete this shit. Alright. Ray is equal to a new ray. Player camera dot position. Player camera dot forward. Wait a minute. I just need to remember that. Yep. Okay. There we go. Now, raycast hit. If physics dot raycast ray out hit max look distance. Oh, I guess I will need to create that, won't I? 20. This will also let us control how close the player needs to be in order to look at it. Okay. I'm going to need to make this one a public now. Wait, are we using this somewhere else? We are in the update, right? Yep, we are. God damn. Okay, we can't do that then. And then we're gonna need to do a public game. Wait, a public transform. Player cam. Okay, cool. Did I add the max distance? Yes, I did. Okay. Next, if raycast, ray outhid max distance. Yes. Now another if statement embedded. If hit dot transform dot geometry. No, game object. What am I? Yeah, game object. Is equal to hidden figure. There we go. So ideally, this will now set this up. So now we will have a raycast system that will constantly go out from the camera, looking at what we look at. And we will see if it hits the thing. Ideally, this should work. But who knows? At the end of the day, who knows? First bully encounters in the game manager. We'll need the player cam. Capsule hidden disappear distance. That should be closer to like 20. 25. Maybe 40. Okay, let's test it. Do you just admit you get horny off me very fast? Wait, whoa. But the raccoon fucker. And the raccoon you said looked like me. Sorry, I have standards. Maybe Rock will take you back for round 2. God damn. Oh, you like being milked, so I don't have standards that are that high. The T. So who has the first? Actually. Currently, Nate has the first. Skull, do you play NHL? Like, I used to, but not, like, in a very, very long time. Like, PS3. I'm gonna go ready for my own thing, so good luck on the rest of the stream. No worries, Kay. Thank you for hanging out all the way out to the end. If I ever want to get 25, want to mess around, I'd be down. I'll let you know. That could be fun. But yeah, Kay, I hope you have a great time doing whatever it is you need to do. Take care. Alright, so capsule shouldn't disappear now if I don't look directly at it. Whoa! Zangy, thank you so much. It's Zangy, right? Is that how you pronounce it? Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everyone. Let me pause my music here unless I can say hello. Welcome in. My name is Skull or Skullman Slayer. I am currently doing a horror game dev project. I also do a lot of variety game streams. Angie. Oh, okay, fair enough. Angie. Well, welcome in, Angie. How you doing today? Or Angie? Is it Angie or Angie? I honestly don't know. I've had it pronounced both ways from people before, so I'm honestly not sure. Is it Angie or Angie? I'm assuming with a G, like Angie. Either way, welcome in, everyone. What were you doing today? Can we get a shout out, Goldie, if you're still here? Cut one line. There we go. Thank you so much, Angie. Thank you so much. First Berserker. Let's go. How was your stream? How'd it go? No worries at all, Angie. So how was your stream, though? Did you have a good time? Also, if anyone needs to raid and run, feel free to do so. I know streaming takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. If you need to go get yourself food, rest, drink, whatever you gotta do, no worries at all. Take care. If you want to hang out for a while as well, we'd happy to have you. Thank you so much for sharing your community. I promise to take very good care of them. Stream was good, fantastic. Let's see. That is awesome. There we go. I actually don't know much about the first Berserker. What is that game like? What you making? I'm currently making a horror game. So the idea behind this game is the player will come into a subway after going. Is first Berserker good? Ah, fair. Sorry. The idea here is the player is going to start here at the turnstile at the start of the game, and they're going to walk down. From here, they're going to do a couple of things, explore the area, and wait for an encounter. When they get down here, and this is currently what I'm working on, there is an enemy up here. This is just kind of to spook them a little bit, not to do anything more than that. And that's what this little capsule is here for, to represent for now, until we do much more later. Right now, what we're working on is having it so the player needs to either look at the enemy or approach it for it to disappear. And that's what we were working on when you guys raided in. The rest of the game, though, follows a unique story. There we go. I don't want to move anything. The rest follows a unique story written up by a good friend of mine, Rockface Lionheart, who she was actually in stream earlier today. And it's going to follow a bunch of different puzzles, kind of similar along the lines of what you would see in typical puzzle horror games, you know, fuse box style, power grid style, that kind of stuff. And you're going to be going through underground maintenance tunnels in the subway station, sewer lines, working your way to an abandoned train yard where a supernatural entity will also be waiting for you to encounter. The supernatural entity is going to be the main psychological horror effect of the game, where there's also, like what you would see here, this is like one of the bullies for the main character. These are the ones that are actually like hurting you, and the entity is actually taking these out. So yeah, it'll be a lot of psychological horror. No real risk of danger. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully that's a good explanation. In and out because of double modding. No worries, Goldie. Take your time. Good. Bosses in combat are top notch. Oh, let's go. Storyline is great too. Let's go. I've not heard much about it myself. What kind of game is First Berserker? Is it a fantasy, a roguelike, RPG? I assume action RPG. That's my guess based off the name. Also, we'll go ahead and get the music back going. But yeah, thank you again, Angie, for the raid. It absolutely amazing of you. I really appreciate it. If you want to stick around, we'll be more than happy to host you. If you need to raid run, I completely understand. I really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get the music back going. We'll skip this too. I feel like we already listened to it today. That's why. Okay, let's continue testing this. Let's go to the game manager. Max look distance. I want this to be like 1 for now. Okay, so this is the approach distance. So Kazan is an RPG action. Kazan is an RPG action Souls-like game. So you're correct. Oh, let's go! That's amazing. In that case, if it's an RPG action like, have you been interested in the Oblivion remaster then? Because I know a lot of people that like those genres typically go for Oblivion, and I know it's super popular right now. I actually just installed Oblivion. I never played it originally, but I might give it a shot. Okay, so game manager 10-1. All right. Okay, that's not so bad. May add to my list. Plan to play Lies of P, then Elden Ring soon. Oh! Let's go. Souls like lover. Let's go. My two of my friends, Rockface and NoobTube, both like that kind of game a ton. See if it disappears. It does if I go underneath it. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's not like I guess the player wouldn't see it if they're coming down the stairs, right? Yeah, actually. Come to think of it. Oh, Sekiro was your first Souls-like. How long did it take you to beat Sekiro? Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I've heard too. I've heard that it's like one of the harder ones. So how long did that take you to beat? I could have sworn we listened to this today too. Okay, I don't think we've listened to this today. Longer than I probably should, maybe 2 months. Okay, wait. 2 months. How often do you stream though? Right? Like, do you stream like 2-3 hours at a time, like 2 or 3 times a week? Because like 2 months is could be totally reasonable here. All right. Let's see. All right, so now we know it's not going to disappear until we go halfway up the stairs. So if I go to the bottom of the stairs and I just look at it, it disappeared. Let's go. 2 to 3 hours during the week, then 5 hours on my weekends. No, that is perfectly fine. Are you kidding me? That's so on. That's 5 times 8. That's 40 hours. 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. 24. That's like 60 hours that you spend. That's nothing. You spend like roughly 60 hours playing the game. That's not that bad. That's rough math. Rough math says you spent about 60 hours playing the game. I don't think that's that bad. Okay, now, we'll probably have things before this gets activated, but this now works. Considering your first two, pretty decent. Yeah, that's what I would say.